Okay, so we'll just do a quick recap of what happened last session. Rin, Colin, and Mathvan have been making their way through the junkyard, trying to get to Section 3, so they can procure some silver bars for Vandellen. And along their travels, they encountered some strange creatures and strange objects, including this ghostly figure who communicated with you all, not through words but through writing. Told you that he was a wizard and he lost his spell book and asked you guys to retrieve it. And you also fought a mimic among other creatures and found dozens of Kruthic eggs, some of which hatched immediately and gave birth to baby Kruthics that seemed quite hungry because they attacked. And after all your efforts, it was a bit of a journey to head through this junkyard. Around you there are just mounds of junk. Some of it creates walls 15, 20 feet high or even higher. Most of it is scrap metal of some sort, and the actual ground in which you stand seems like it's compressed metal that basically constitutes the floor. I'll give you guys some handouts of the scrapyard again. You can get a bit of a visual as to what the surroundings look like. Just mounds and mounds of junk and pipes. There are Githyanki skivs hovering over in the silvery mist that surrounds you. And I'll give you a bit of a rundown of this campaign setting as well. Clever edge. So, Olacan, last session, you basically were not feeling well, and you just stayed in Vandellen's hovel, just resting. So, where to begin on today's session? Let's start with talking about your character. Actually, let me just talk about the campaign setting and just review the surroundings for everyone else as well. So you guys are currently in Tunarath. It's the largest known civilization in the astral plane. It's a sprawling metropolis built on the body of a dead god. It is home to Githyanki warriors who live here and train in the art of war. It is just stacked on houses. The Githyanki are a militaristic race, and there's actually plenty of lore on them in the campaign forum and in the lore handouts about the Gith and their endless war. You can presume your character will know about that, Olacan, but you, Clever, you've just like teleported into here, so you don't really know like where you are, but you can presume that if some of the party members don't fill in some of that information, that it gets filled in behind the scenes. So you know you're gonna know you're in the astral plane. You're gonna know you're in Tunarath. You're on the body of a dead god. And the Githyanki are an evil warrior race that only live for combat and die by the sword. The astral plane itself is quite unforgiving, and if you were to just walk off the edge of this city, you'd just be floating in an endless sea of silvery mist. The air is somewhat sweet, and you can fly just by thinking. But when you're on Tunarath, there's actually gravity and you're grounded. If you were to make it off of the arm, you'd be subject to the Githyanki skivs that inhabit these floating towers that surround Tunarath. Many Githyanki inside, and there are red dragons flying around the actual city itself. So if you could even if you could make it like off the arm, you'd have to get through all the Githyanki and the Red Dragons, and even then you'd just be floating through an endless, vast sea of space, basically. It's very inhospitable. You don't know what sort of creatures could be flying around. So that's a little bit about the astral plane, Tunarath. And let's just talk about your character, Clever. So you are a artificer, which is interesting. I think it's a really good class for this campaign.
I agree.
Alright, so I know you probably didn't have a whole lot of time to develop your character's backstory. So let's just start like sort of here. And basically at the end of last session, you guys encountered this large mech type creature. It's hulking, about 12 feet tall, made from riveted iron. It has this brass circular panel emblazoned on its chest. You saw it just completely annihilate like a 40-foot cube of material and disintegrate it into nothing, compress it into the floor. And when it did that, after you guys fought the mimic, it basically destroyed like a section of the wall, and you just saw Vendellen here at his ship, sort of fixing something on it, and he turns around and sees you all, and he just looks at you all, and you're all very badly injured. Milax is unconscious. And at that exact time, Clever, this is when you sort of basically just teleport into this area by pure happenstance. So do you want to, I think just because it'll make sense to explain your character and how she got here before introducing the rest of the characters. Usually I'll introduce the other characters first to sort of break the ice, but I think it makes more sense to talk about your character first. So do you want to just like tell us anything about your character? Maybe even just a description and a quick little spin of how she got here.
Yes, so Clever is a tabaxi that's been on her own for a while. Once she became of age, as all tabaxi do, she began traveling with one of the elders in her tribe, along with 3 other students. She's very studious. She cares more about figuring out how things work than actually having things in wealth. Once she figures out how something works, she usually gets bored of it. So she came to be in the astral plane because she had heard of this magical orb, and she was instantly just drawn to it. And so fiddling around with it, she was just teleported to the middle of nowhere. So you guys would just see this tabaxi in a long orange cloak type thing with a small robot, bipedal robot next to her.
All right. This robot, is it one of your class features?
Yes.
Does it have
I took the
stats?
mechanist. I'm sorry?
Does it have like stats like hit points and AC?
It does have stats. Yes.
Alright, I can make you a token for it if you like.
Yeah, that works.
Show us the ability. You can click it and it should appear in the chat box.
I'm sorry, show you the what now?
Sorry?
You should hook something into the chat box.
Yeah, click, so hover over like your feature and trait and then click the little speech bubble and it'll like put it into the chat box, like your feature. and then like this. There we go.
There it is.
Alright, so it's a mechanical servant formed from metal and clockwork. It's a construct that obeys your commands without hesitation and serves you loyally. Magic fuels its creation, but it's not magical itself. You're assumed to have recently succeeded in the creation after working towards it for some time. When you built it, you determine its game statistics by selecting a chassis and a build, which you apply to the mechanical servant statistics provided at the end of the mechanist description. The chassis determines its general appearance, but it can look however you like, as long as it's a form appropriate for those statistics. It has its own proficiency bonus, which matches your own. It increases in level when you do, and gains new hit dice just as you do. Your servant may spend hit die to heal during a short rest. However, you must be present to make the repairs. Additionally, whenever you gain an ability score increase, your servant gains an ability score increase of its own, and the intelligence and charisma cannot be increased through the feature. It obeys your order to the best of its ability in combat, rolls its own initiative, and acts on its own. It can't attack, but it can take other actions as normal. So it's sort of like a familiar, I guess. You can return it to life with Revivify, and you can repair it if you have access to its body. You'll return to life with 1 hit point at the end of a long rest, and if it's beyond recovery, you can reproduce it exactly as it was for 1,000 GPs and 4 days of work. It might be best to get Google up a picture of one, and you'll need to also decide. Let me just check out this other ability. So where is the chassis? Do you have that on your character sheet?
So I don't have it on my character sheet because I was still kind of building the mechanical servants stat-wise. Anyway.
That's alright. What we might do...
But I do know I took the buy.
That's right. What we might do is maybe we'll say for now, because it might take a little bit long to sort of build that character sheet and the token. We might just say for now it's sort of a bit destroyed, and we'll just presume that you're going to get it repaired at the end of this session, so you have it for next session. Just because we just simply don't have the time to build a character sheet and a token for it.
Yeah, that works.
I'll just say it's sort of a little bit broken at the moment. All right, so you were tinkering with, you said it was like an orb?
Yes. It's a mysterious orb. Okay.
So do you have any idea where your character may be from? She can be from any campaign setting or anywhere you can think of, basically.
Yes, I was just going with the Sword Coast.
Okay. All right.
So Baldur's Gate.
Sure. All right. We'll say that you are in Baldur's Gate in a workshop. In the not too far from the Elf Song Tavern. Perhaps there were some other gnome tinkerers. One that comes from Lantern, who shared his knowledge among the other tinkerers about firearms and flying ships. And it was quite a jumble, just a big mess of piled clockwork parts. And as you were looking for a particular part for one of these gnome tinkerers, who needed a piece for one of his latest inventions, you came across this orb that was just deep within a pile of this junk. And when you pulled it out, it sort of swelled with energy. This pink and purple mist, little dots of blue, little motes of light, just sort of floating around like a snow globe. And you became curious, and as you gazed into it, it really started to glow. And then with a flash of light, you felt yourself whisked away And you find yourself standing where you are now, with the orb still in hand. However, the glow and the moots of light that are floating around inside the orb have disappeared. Standing before you is a yellow-skinned man clad in half-plate mail. He looks somewhat flamboyant in his stance. He has beads decorating his braided hair. He stands about 6 feet tall, and he's fairly slender, but by the looks of him, he knows how to use a sword. There is a giant, foreign-looking vessel that may catch your curiosity just next to you here, Clever. It looks like a ship of some sort, but you can't see any way to get in. It's all completely seamless. There's no panels that would lead in to maybe like a pilot's chair or anything like that. To the north, you see a small wooden building that looks like it's half sunken into the floor. There is a green canopy stretching the front entrance. There is a outside hearth and just pieces of scrap metal and junk all around you, creating walls. It all sparsely lit by these hanging continual flame lanterns. To the south of you, you see this giant construct creature, and around the corner you'll see the rest of the party. And Olakan, you can probably come out of the hovel if you like as well. You're suddenly feeling a lot better. So, Clever, you'll see the rest of the party members if they decide to move up. Mathvan's definitely gonna sort of stumble over to Vendellen, and we'll just do a quick description of everyone's characters so you know what you're looking at. And we'll start with Olakan.
I hate that picture. It's another game like that. I had a terrible picture. Anyways, I'm an elf and a rogue, and I'm the younger brother to Rin. He's only a half elf, but don't hold that against him. Or hold it against me, I guess. Either way, I don't know. And I'm much prettier than him, and we'll probably fight over who's smarter at some point.
All right, and Rin.
Yeah, so I look very much like Olakan, but a little more rough around the edges, not as refined looking. Definitely a half elf. Fairly tall, pale skin, black hair. Look like might be in my late 20s, early 30s. I look pretty close to the picture in terms of how much armor I have on, which is pretty much none. I have a wicked-looking dagger in one hand, and I'm looking pretty rough at the moment.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Right, and Colin.
Okay. I served as a boatswain on many ships that sailed the seas of Faerun. This corny-faced bastard picked me up out of the sky and brought me to this godforsaken rock where we've been attacked left and right from God knows what. And it was always my job to and keep all you landlubbers on the right path in the name of Valkyr, but continue that here.
All right, dragging behind Rin is this shell, basically. It just looks like a turtle shell. Clever. And he's sort of dragging it by the leg. That's about all you see for that creature. And this Yith-Yankee, he draws his sword, turns to you and points it less than an inch away from your face, Clever. Ah! Who are you? He says.
I'm just gonna
What was that? Sorry?
Oh, sorry, so I'm just gonna kind of jump back a little bit in surprise and just kind of say I am clever, and you?
I didn't ask you to ask for my name. How did you get here? Are you sneaking up on me?
No, of course not. There was an orb, and I just wanted to know what it did. I guess now I know.
Using the sword, he sort of directs you over with everyone else. Get over there, stand with them.
Okay, of course.
Look at you all. This large mechanical creature is just sort of... It's just walked off at this stage as well. Heading off somewhere to the south, just wading a path through the junk. We have a spy, I believe. You! Catwoman, who has sent you here?
Where exactly is here?
Don't play coy with me. You know damn well you're on Junarath. So who sent you? Was it Queen Vlakkeith? Was it the Gith?
I can assure you, I know no one of that name. Curiosity brought me here.
So your master is Curiosity. So who are they then, Curiosity? Are they some sort of tiefling?
And I'm just going to kind of look at the others in confusion. I'm just going to go, curiosity, wonder, the knowledge of the world.
So there are many of them. Curiosity, wonder.
Vendelin, I believe that this feline person might be referring to curiosity as a metaphor, personifying an idea rather than an actual person, possibly.
That's what they all say. What are you all doing here? I told you to go to Section 3.
Well, about that, well, we went around the way you said, and, well, we ran into a couple of things that wanted to eat us, and, almost were eaten, as you can probably see, and, well, that big robot thing that just went by, it blew a hole right here, and, now we can see you again, so, yeah.
You gotta quit stuffing around. Watch out for that Marut. As long as you don't get in its way, it shouldn't cause you any trouble. It just cleans up this junkyard. Oh, look at you all. Too bad whatever got you didn't finish the job. But you are alive. And while you are alive, you are of use to me. And you, Cat, what is your name?
Oh,
Clever.
he knows what cats are.
And you?
My name is Vendelin. This is my home. Junarath is a dangerous place. You'll not survive long. There's no point me even telling you my last name. I don't even know why I bothered to learn yours. Well, clever. If you want to survive, you best belong to me. Got it? You're mine now.
I am very confused.
Uh,
What exactly are you doing?
Never mind this pimply-faced blunderbuss, my feline lassie. His bark is much worse than his bite. He comes in handy every once in a while.
Hey, you listen there, beard face. I don't know what the hell you just said, but I don't like your tone. Now you listen here, Clever. These creatures that you see before you, they're my property, and they do as I say. And you best be doing the same if you want to survive here. Got it?
Understood, yes.
See? I like this one. She listens. Unlike you.
Speaking of survival, Addlepate, perhaps you might come of use, although I doubt whether you have the ability to read or not. I don't know, you didn't know what a damn cow was. We're looking for a book.
I can read.
Can you?
I don't give a shit about your book. Clean yourselves up. Rest up. I'm gonna give you one more day to come back with those silver bars. Or let's just say you've outlived your usefulness by then. Got it?
Yep, got it.
Don't clean yourselves up.
Alright.
And I'm not reviving that one if it's dead. Points to Marlax.
He's not dead.
But he was a good one. He was so thoughtful.
He didn't actually die, did he? We did stabilize him?
Yeah, he's not dead.
Okay, I was just making sure. I'll ask Colin to help me kind of pick him up, and we'll take him back to the hut.
Okay. Do things continue to the east, or?
It looked like they did.
Yep, there's a path.
I saw some type of
Okay.
creature down there.
Yes, I think might. Yeah, after we
Yeah,
got
after.
ourselves a little bit. Where is everyone?
After's good.
Okay. Ugh.
Alright, you guys go with Clever and head into this little hovel. As you walk in, Clever, you see a large bloodstain on the wooden floor. There is a wooden table with manacles and more bloodstains propped up against the northern wall, a large wooden door to the east, and two shelves along the south wall filled with various unguents and spices, as well as plates and crockery. It's all a complete jumble, and it's mismatched. Then there is a steel gate on rollers. You'll see the party slide across, and there'll be a small room with bundles of hay lined out like pots lining the center of the room. Mathvan, or Colin and Rin, you guys put Marlax on his bed, and Mathvan, he just becomes silent. You can tell he's badly beaten, and Vendellen doesn't like escort you guys in. He seems to be fixing something on his ship.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him. I'm pretty roughed up. I just want to get inside.
So, Clever, do you have a little rough idea of what this construct sort of looks like?
I do, and I can actually post it in the chat.
Sure. So I imagine you're just sort of like, when you teleported, there was a heap of like force basically. That sort of, it crushed your construct and sort of dismantled it at the moment, so you're just like dragging it behind you as you go.
Yeah, that works.
All right, so it's a very long sort of boring wait. It's going to be about 12 hours before you start to feel tired and take a long rest. Find that although you don't need to eat, time seems to flow normal in the sense that you still require a full 24 hours before you can sort of complete that long rest again. However, like you just wait here for the whole day, just recovering and recovering, and like you just see Vandellen like just working on his ship for like 18 hours straight, as if like it's just a blink for him, as people do not age in the astral plane. Alright, I got your token there, Fang.
Normally I would hate waiting around like that, but not having hit dice to spend and being on 1 hit point,
Everyone take a long rest. And you probably would have talked to Clever a little bit during that time. Did you guys want to explain anything to Clever, or Clever, did you have any questions about anything? You sort of just have arrived here not knowing really what the hell's going on.
Yeah, so while we were waiting, I guess I just turned to the others and just kind of look at them and go, who was that very angry gentleman?
There's a guy named Vandellen. He is part of the Gith Yankee force that came in and took me and my brother away, and I presume it was much the same for the others. It's kind of a blur. Don't really know how we ended up on his ship. But we ended up being, I don't know, I guess slaves, I guess is the best way to put it. We don't really have a better option right now, though, to be honest. Seeing as where we're at. But yeah, he's our captor is probably what I would call him. He does help occasionally, though, which is strange.
So we do belong to this gentleman.
In a manner of speaking, as much as one person can actually belong to someone else. But I would say that we're beholden to do as he says for the moment. Don't really have any other options.
When you guys wake up in the morning, Marlax has stretched his arms out from his shell and is sort of like hugging Colin. Ooh, and you wake up to him just like holding you, Colin.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Good.
And then when you open your eyes, you're just like face to face with him. And his turtle face, he's just got a big smile on his face. Good morning.
Here, Yertle, I'm a right proper beard splitter. I ain't no shell splitter.
And he quickly retracts into his shell and then just sort of rolls along the ground. And pops up. Oh, I had a great sleep. I had a dream that we were going on an adventure and we were walking and we met a ghost and there was this carriage that tried to eat us.
That wasn't actually a dream, Marlax. That happened.
But if we got eaten, then how are we still alive here?
Well, we didn't actually get eaten. Almost eaten. Almost being the operative word there, my friend.
But,
you were a great help in that, actually. Thank you very much.
Oh, I remember now. You were there, and you were there, and you were there. I don't remember the cat, though. Hello. Oh, you're a tabaxi. I'm Marlax. How are you?
Very well. And you, and having never seen a turtle, I kind of go up to him and just kind of start poking along his shell.
It's okay. You can touch it. It doesn't hurt. It's my armor. I'm a turtle, and that guy there, he tells me what to do. I'm allowed to go into my shell if everyone dies.
How very interesting. It's a great pleasure to meet you.
Is that your friend? You see his like sort of scaly skin, and he sort of points his flappy arm towards your construct. Clever.
Ah, yes, that is Rin. Unfortunately, I just finished him a few weeks ago, but he seems to have taken a bit of damage during the fall earlier.
Oh no! I think I saw lots of his relatives around this place.
Really, are there lots like him here?
In one way or another. Some of them are a bit broken, but yeah. We're going to go get some silver bars. Do you want to come with us?
Of course, I would love to learn more about this new place.
Okay, we have to get them, or otherwise the yellow man, he's kinda nice. He says he'll kill us. And then I'll get to go in my show.
I'll grab before we leave, I'll grab the credit stone from Math Van.
You when you also wake up in the morning, you see Math Van hasn't recovered from his injuries, and you think maybe he's contracted the same virus that Olacan had. He says that he cannot go, and
oh, that bug's really going around, I guess.
Then Dellen sort of scoffs, "Suit yourself then." And he just doesn't really seem to care whether Math Van goes or not. Should be enough of you. All you're doing is some shopping.
I suppose.
All right then.
I'll grab the stone, so we have it.
Good luck.
I don't like the way you said that.
Yeah, never mind him, Ren. He's just some scrub. He living around all this junk. He doesn't know what I'm saying, so.
He's just still just hammering something on his ship, messing around with something there.
We got
Are you
us
coming, Clever?
one- We have really got us
yes, of
one
course.
strange crew here. We got a cat, a turtle. I
And
may look like a dwarf, but I'm not.
a human that thinks he's a dwarf.
I'm not a dwarf. Here we got a man with a face that looks like cornmeal. Oh.
Alright, you move out into this branch. So you're sort of like on one of the arms of the dead god. And you just see 20-foot high walls of junk constituting a bit of a walkway here. There's just endless junk to the south as far as you can see, and of course to your west it just drops off the edge of the arm, and you're making your way north to section 3. You continue along and everything is very dark. There is just this thick plume of smoke that blots out the astral sea, and as you look through this sparsely illuminated area, there is a construct illuminated underneath a lantern against the wall to the east. It has a sort of a triceratops looking head, you could say. It has wooden rollers like it can be rolled along, and it has like various clockwork, spanners, wrenches, harpoons, claws, and different mechanical devices sticking out of it. It just sort of sits there looking relatively inoperable.
Oh.
A horsey!
Oh, it's strangest horsey I've ever seen. By the way, who did? I remember you said somebody could teach us about the pistol, like how to use it. Who did you say could do that?
I think it was Math Van,
Oh, okay.
or yeah, maybe Clever could teach you guys as well.
Because I would say, Ollie, we found something interesting yesterday on our run while you were sick, and I think it's something that you might like. And I would hand him the pistol.
Alright, it's a flintlock pistol. I'll give you guys a handout for it. It does 1d10 damage. It's piercing. It has the ammunition and loading properties, so you need 2 hands to use it. And has a range of 30-90.
By the way, if I suddenly drop, it's because my power went out. It's kind of storming outside right now, so
Okay.
just giving you a heads up. But you said it looks this oaken bolter looks broken.
Not broken, just inanimate. It's just sitting there. It's not moving around or anything like that.
No, if I'd really want to fool with it, if it's not doing anything to us. To be honest.
No.
What an interesting creature.
It does look interesting, for sure.
Well, things around here are interesting, that's for sure. Warned. Looks like it bites hard.
As you look around this area, it's quite a wide space. There's like a broken chair and more of these strange circular black ring-like objects that you saw on the weird-looking wagon earlier. To the north, you see the passage continue onwards, and there is a skeleton propped up against the wall.
I want to go and take a look at the skeleton. Is there anything around it, or is it just the skeleton?
It's just a skeleton. The bones have been bleached white, and it looks almost fake at first glance because it's just so clean. And it's in a sort of a sitting posture, back propped up against a wall of junk, its head tilted off slightly to the side, and his arms just grabbed down by his waist.
Oh, I almost forgot. While we were resting, could we have identified the, I have a magic hat in the party loot? And what looked like a bag of holding?
Sure.
I forgot about it.
The hat, 1 second. It's a hat of wizardry, so it requires attunement by a wizard.
So useless to us.
And yeah, it's an antiquated cone-shaped hat. And yeah, none of you guys are wizards, so you wouldn't really be able to use it.
Okay, that's just interesting to know. But we'll hang on to it.
Are we
Someone's gonna be a
going?
wizard one day.
Are we going to heal him too?
Well, Marlax, I believe that he is beyond healing at this point. Or she. I don't know. I can't tell from the bones.
Did you just presume its gender?
Well, you did first, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's just a skeleton, and just one more in this place.
Phew.
Ah, more eggs.
Enough with the eggs.
All right,
Honestly,
as you
as long
step
as-
there, you just hear like Marlax just sort of say, "Hey, Rin," and then everything just goes silent for you, Rin. You just feel yourself sort of stepping into a strange field. Like you start to lose movement of your arms, and everything becomes distorted and blurry. And then you feel the burn of the gelatinous cube that you just walked into.
Oh no!
And everyone else
Okay.
just says, everyone else just hears Marlax just say, "Oh, there's a big jelly thing there." But that sound doesn't reach you, Rin, as you're just taken away into the cube, just hearing this ambient sound around you. So, when you're inside a gelatinous cube, first of all, you take 10 acid damage, Rin. And
Okay, I take that immediately.
yep, you can't breathe, and you're restrained. Someone can try and pull you out, and it'll keep dissolving you at the start of its turn. And then Marlax finishes sort of saying that. Oh, and he looks around. Oh, I don't know what I should do. Where's Mathfan? Mathfan! Mathfan! And Marlax is sort of like doesn't know what to do. So he just waits until someone tells him what to do.
Hey, pull him out, you dumb turtle.
Oh, okay. He'll do that on his turn next turn.
So it's an action to try to pull him out.
Yeah.
Oh, what would I roll?
It's a athletics check.
Don't rip his arms off.
How about a crit fail?
Alright, you just stick your arms into it, Colin, to grab Rin out. And your arms are being burnt as you do so. You take 7 acid damage, and it's just he's not coming out. You grab onto him and pull with all your might, but he doesn't budge, and then you have to take your arms out before you get burnt some more.
Can I still move, or is that my move?
Yeah, you can still move.
Okay. I got.
As you move away, it starts making this horrid sound. And then this splash of translucent ooze splashes towards you, Colin. But it just sizzles on the ground.
Okay. Good.
Rin.
All right. Well, I gotta get out of this damn thing. I can't.
You can.
All right, let's try it. The athletics check or
Yep.
I wish it could be acrobatics. Here we go.
Alright, you use all of your strength to sort of push against the interior of the jelly and wade your way through, and it's just like sort of pushing through this hard putty, and you just find yourself expelled 5 feet away from it now.
Okay.
You're no longer restrained.
So here.
Oh yeah, I'll
And
put this grid on when we're in combat too.
I'll because I can't really take it steamrolling over me again because that'd be very bad for me. Because I fall prone, right?
No. Are you prone?
I don't come out prone.
No, you don't come out prone.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I'll hop up and
Yeah, you sort of like you're in a standing position, and you just basically like use your arms to sort of push the jelly aside and step out onto it. You're not really sort of just like spat out.
And I'll run to here because, damn.
Yeah. Back to familiar territory, eh?
Fang said she just lost power.
Okay.
Let's hope that she can join back in.
Storm and Emerald today.
Big Jella starts sliding along the ground quite quickly. And this thing is huge for a gelatinous cube. It moves 15 feet here. And as it does, Marlax, Olacan, and Clever have to make dex saves. I guess I'll make the dex save for Clever.
Oh, that 2's there. Oh, I bless him.
Alright.
This is not good.
Everyone takes 4 acid damage and are engulfed in that area. Olacan, Marlax, and Clever.
Well, at least you only took 4 damage on that, rather than
So
the
the
10
10
that I
you took.
took. Yeah.
Alright, same thing. You become restrained, you cannot breathe, and you're gonna be melted at the start of the cube's turns. Alright, it moved 15 feet there, and that's its turn done. 1 second actually.
How does he want to kill us?
Alright, so yeah, it can't suck up anyone else at the moment, it just stays there. Olacan.
Oh, well. Just a strength check to get out?
Yeah, well, athletics.
Okay. Oh, got him! Boy, I get sneak damage, right? Someone's adjacent to me?
You
Or do I have
you're at
disadvantage?
disadvantage.
Oh, coach, you're killing me!
You swing, and you sort of cut through the cube a little bit for 8 piercing damage.
Oh, I get sneaked in.
Alright. Yeah,
Oh no, I disadvantage. Never mind.
Fang's of power went out, so I'm just gonna have her just basically try and break free and move away. Oh, that's a saving throw, but it's the same -1. Alright. Marlax still looks like he's trying to talk. And he doesn't see everyone dead, so he's not gonna go into his shell. He will do she's gonna claw at it.
Oh.
Colin.
Shoot. Fat Thunderwave, will it hit these people in front of me?
Yeah, it's like a 3x3 square on one side of you.
Yeah. So that's no good. Huh. Let me see here.
You could like move there and do it to the north of you, and it wouldn't hit
could?
anyone.
Okay. I didn't know I could move there in the rocks.
Yeah, you can go
Yes.
there. You do it like
And I'm gonna do it.
up here,
I'm
basically.
going to maximize the damage.
Okay,
Channel divinity.
that's 16 thunder damage. The cube makes a con save. If it's gonna show up, there we go. It fails. Takes 16 thunder damage, and then sort of these jagged chunks are blown off of it, and just sort of melt on the ground.
Does it have to move?
Oh yeah, you get to push it back, right? So it's pushed back 10 feet, I think, with that.
10 feet. Yeah.
All right.
I can move from where I'm standing, correct? Without getting an opportunity attack?
Well, if you move away from its threat range, you'll get opportunity attack.
But did it just move 10 feet away?
Oh yeah, it did. So when it moves, I'm just trying to see here. I think, unlike a normal grapple, Clever, Olacan, and Marlax are actually going to go with it.
Oh, yeah, they're inside it.
Yeah. So they go with it. In this case, and it's 10 feet away. But yes, now you can move, Colin.
Yeah. Okay. That will. Let's see. How's everybody doing? Oh, well, never mind.
We're in.
I saw how bad it hurt Colin just trying to pull me out of there. So I can't really afford to do that. But I can run up and I'll slice at it with my dagger.
That hits. For 4.
And do I get the feeling that if I hit it with my fist that it would probably hurt?
Maybe. You saw Colin
Yeah.
reach into it and it burned him.
Shit. Damn. Just in a
Love
bad
these
position
things.
here. And I moved 10. I'm gonna go up to here.
If you want to move up there, you're going to need to make an acrobatics check, and it's difficult terrain. That's basically like the wall of junk.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, never mind then. I wouldn't do that. I was just gonna try to move around it to give it 2 ways to go rather than just one. Yeah, I'm not gonna bonus action attack it. I'm not sure if it would hurt me or not. Alright.
Alright, everyone inside the cube takes 29 acid damage.
Holy shit.
They're all down.
That is so much.
Yes, and you need to move.
Well, I mean, I couldn't move. Not really. I would have taken opportunity of that.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
And now it just starts making this noise, and then it just sprays acid all over you, Urin. Make a dexterity save. Rin? Did we lose him?
I'm
That's
not
some
sure.
good timing.
Sure. sure his power went out. How convenient.
This thing is just...
I think he's lost his power. How convenient, everyone's lost their power at this time. Yeah, he must have lost power now. So I'm gonna have to make his deck save for him. I don't like controlling all the characters, but he makes the save and he takes 5 acid damage. He's on 1 hit point. This is not looking good for you guys. Olacan, make a deck save.
Make a what, sir?
Death save. That is a failure. Clever Edge needs to make a deck save. We might have to actually like... oh, there we go. Tyler's back. Are you there?
I'm on I'm on my phone.
Your power
my
went
phone's
out?
connection right now. Yeah, it blinked, so I'm on my phone's connection right now. So hopefully it. We'll see how long my battery lasts on my computer.
Okay. It happens. Everyone is just making death saves basically. You're in. You made a deck save. It sprayed acid on you. You made it and you're on 1 hit point.
Holy shit. Oh man.
Colin.
This is just a bad day.
I'm going to bonus action healing word on Ren,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast a cantrip. I'm going to toll the dead.
Alrighty. It fails and takes 7 necrotic damage. It forms a pool at the base of it as it starts to slowly melt like an ice cube.
And alright, I'm gonna do the only thing I can do. If I'm able to reach in, if I can reach in and grab him, my brother, would I be able to do lay on hands?
Unless if you got like an action surge or something, then yeah. They're both actions, taking someone out and lay on hands.
Well, no, I'm not. I won't be able to pull him out, but be able to get him where he's at a death save.
He's got total cover inside. You can't target him with anything. You have to get him out first.
Not even with a touch of lay on hands. Oh, okay.
Well, that's what total cover does. It stops anything from. It's total cover. It's nothing to do with like realism. It's only to do with game mechanics. Creatures inside have total cover.
I'm not meaning to argue. I was just wondering. Okay. Oh man, we gotta do some freaking damage to this thing, or everybody's gonna die. Fuck.
That hits.
Hoping for the crit. Hoping for the crit.
You slash it for 4 piercing.
Then I'll try to back away from it. I hope it doesn't hit me.
Alrighty, it makes this noise again, and it spits some acid at you as you move away, Rin. It hits you for 10 acid damage. You fall on the ground unconscious.
Yes, but I don't get away then. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is a shitty situation.
Everyone inside fails another death save.
They're all all
if you
dead.
haven't failed one. No one's dead. They just fail one death save. Olacan. Actually, so wait. The cube still has its actual turn. It's going to move here and engulf you next, Rin. And then keep moving down this way. Picking you up. Alrighty, Olacan. Make a death save. Oops. That's a success.
Good.
Clever Edge makes a death save. That's a
Yes.
success. Marlax makes a death save. And that's his second failure. Colin.
This works.
Alright, you hit it with a guiding bolt for 10 radiant damage. Sticks into it and illuminates it. It sort of now has this yellow glow about it. It's sort of amplified by the jelly itself. It shrinks a little bit more, but it's still very much alive.
I don't think I can. Nope. Once again.
Make a death save, and that's a success. Alright, at the start of Big Jella's turn, yeah, Marlax and Clever Edge, they both die. They both have 3 death save failures. You just see Clever melt away. And not melt away completely, but yeah. Their bodies are getting dissolved slowly now. Olacan, you fail 1 death save as well. Does that mean 3 failures for you?
Yep.
You're dead too.
What the hell? Getting TPK to a frickin' Big Jella.
Oh, it's a big one too.
Colin.
I don't even know. Wow. This is the thing from me. I need to know that first. Okay. Okay. Tolling the dead.
Alrighty, he's told the dead on it. It fails and takes 3 necrotic damage.
And I'm going to Spo for the next round. So
Rin, make a death save. That's a
Well,
success.
I'm not automatically dead next this coming turn, so that's good.
And yeah, you fail 1 death save now. Alright, this cube starts sliding towards you, Colin, and as it does, it sort of picks up these tubes with it, dragging everyone else along. And it starts making this noise again. And then shoots out a massive spray of acid that will reach you, Colin. Make a dexterity save.
okay. Wait, just no. This is not gonna be good.
Gotta believe in yourself.
Oh.
There you go.
Alright, it washes against you for 7 acid damage. Colin.
Okay, let's see here. Don't think I'm far enough away from it to survive another attack. In fact, I know I'm not. Here. Okay. Where's my crossbow? I know this is bad.
If you got your shield out, you can't use your crossbow.
Oh, okay, good. Then I'll do this instead.
Okay.
I'm dead next round anyway.
Alright, it fails and takes 7 necrotic damage. Shrinks down a little bit more. But it still is very much alive, Colin.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I couldn't get more.
Man.
Well, I would have had to have dashed.
Alrighty, that's a death save for you, Rin. That is.
Well,
You're stabilized.
I mean, I stabilized, but at the same time, I'm still in the. Do I just go back on death saves
Yeah.
again, or okay?
You're Yep.
Just
you
restart it?
Yeah. Well, you fail 1 death save now.
Okay, so now I'm at 1 failure. Okay. This is ridiculous.
All right. Big Jellar starts sliding along the ground towards you.
Dashes.
All right, Colin, you're up.
What? Oh, what? Ah, it's gotta be. All right, I will.
That hits for 8 bludgeoning damage.
Dang, this thing's got 1,000,000 hit points.
It's Big Jello, man. What do you expect?
Yep.
Alrighty, death saving
Oh,
throw
yeah.
for you, Rin.
Here we go.
It's a success.
I don't automatically die next turn. All right.
You're somehow surviving in there. Big Jella's turn again. And you fail 1 death save, Rin. And now it's going to try and engulf you, Colin. You need to make a death save. Dex save. A save that starts with D.
Oh,
You're inside the cube now, Colin.
I'm down.
You take 11 acid damage. And does that make you unconscious?
Oh yeah.
Alright, there's like the slightest chance that you could somehow survive. So we'll just see what happens.
I could do the. I could. Thunderous rebuke when it hit me.
Sure. Actually, it's not an attack, so it can't. You can't rebuke it, I don't think.
Or shuffle there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not an attack.
with an attack, yeah.
It just starts like you're just seeing the strange distorted image as you're just in and out of consciousness, and the cube slides along the ground. Colin,
That's.
make a death save.
Look at that. Look at that.
Alright, you're up on 1 hit point, Colin, and you're inside the cube. What do you do?
I mean, what are the options here?
You're restrained, so you can attack at disadvantage. You can't breathe though, so if you did a verbal spell, you'd be suffocating. Or you can try and break out with your action and try and flee. The options don't look very good regardless.
No shit. Breaking out is what type of?
It's an athletics check.
Okay, I will try to break out.
Okay, go for it. Alright, you managed to just crawl out of the cube. So you're
Okay.
in one of these squares, that one or the one above or below. Your choice. And
can't
yeah, you
really-
just sort of wade your way through it and land on the ground.
I can't attack it. I just use my action. The only thing I can do is opportunity attack, which I will do. Let me ask you this: how tall is this cube?
It's
Actually,
like a
never
15,
mind. It
15
can
foot
spit acid.
square cube.
10.
A square cube, that makes sense.
No, when it
Alright,
gets an attack on me.
going to miss.
Missed. Nice. Oh,
Okay, anything else, Colin? Bonus action?
I'm trying to think. Any bonus actions that I can do?
Well, you've probably just got like healing word.
I've got healing word. I'm gonna heal it. No.
Well, you could heal yourself.
Oh yeah. No, I can't because I'm out of spell slots.
You're out of spell slots already? You just took a long rest.
I've only
used
got
Thunder
3.
Rebuke either. It,
I've
when
only
you
got
clicked
3.
it, it will have gotten rid of it.
You used all 3
I used all 3.
already?
Thunderwave, Guiding
Yeah.
Bolt.
Damn, you did too. Okay, that sucks.
Damn.
I did.
Rin, death saving throw.
Alright, if I don't get a nat 20 on this, I'm dead. I'm gonna be dead. That sucks.
Does that mean you fail 3 with that?
Yeah, when it's the cube's turn, it's the third fail.
Okay. Did you
Yeah,
reset them
I
after you
was like that.
stabilized?
Yeah, well, I mean, I stabilized, but when I stabilized, the cube's turn was immediately up.
Okay.
So I had 1 failure to start with.
It's Big Jella's turn.
Here we go.
And you just see it move up on you and then does its acid spray. And even if you take minimum damage, Colin, you go unconscious.
On.
TPK to Big Jella. Alright.
Wow.
Oh. That's not how I pictured today going, but okay.
Ah,
Yeah, no.
what's Big Jella doing
Well,
here? Okay, so
you never see those.
let's see what happens now. The last thing you guys see is this strange distorted image of the world around you. Twisted, stretched, or compressed from peering from the inside of the gelatinous cube as you feel your flesh burning. The pain becomes so intense, you just black out. Until you don't.
Hmm?
Everyone take a long rest. You've got no idea what happened. Everything that just happened then is still in your mind, but it's hard to remember it. Everything is sort of blurry. You're not sure if it was a dream or if it was real. But you find yourselves in Vendellen's hovel. And Mathvan is holding his side. I don't feel very good today. I don't think I can go with you all. And Vendellen calling out to everyone. Hey! I'm gonna give you guys 1 more day. If you can't get the silver bars then, well, let's just say you're going to outlive your usefulness.
Okay. What in the world is going on? I could have, like, I kind of look at my skin, just like, that's not pockmarked by acid. It's like, what is going on?
What do you mean, what's going on? You're going to go to section 3 and get me my silver bars. You've slept long enough, get up!
Right. Uh-huh. Kind of turned everybody else.
As you get up, Rin, you feel this strange sensation as if like there was a rope tied around you and it just sort of tugged at you and ripped you back a little bit, but then was let go before you could fully resist against it.
Okay, what just happened? Sorry.
Am I the only one that feels like that we got enveloped by a large gelatinous cube? Or is that just me?
Yeah, I was dead. I'm pretty sure.
What in the world?
Where's our turtle? He must have really gotten blasted good.
I guess so. I don't know where he is.
But I think there may be a way through that passage without us having to get through that cube, if it was even there in the first place. That contraption there up against the east wall.
Yes, yes.
Underneath that torch. Maybe how to set it off.
Maybe.
If we could figure out how to set it off and run it through that path, maybe it could eat that cube. I don't know. Beyond our
it's beyond our capabilities, that's for sure. Yes.
But it's just Patty's a chance to take out this guy who's I can't see that happening either. Is how we have any other choice.
Alright, Colin, same sort of thing. As you stand up, you feel like you've got like a rope tied around your shoulders, and like someone just like yanks on it, and, like pulls you back, and then you just sort of fall forward a little bit. Then that sensation immediately subsides.
Is Van Dellen around?
Yep, he's just outside. Hey, hurry up! Rest time's over!
Alright.
Us don't exactly, see eye to eye, and I know that I'm little more than you, but I got a question.
Did I ask you if you could ask me a question?
I mean, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Kind of foolish there. Never mind. Sorry.
Huh?
Around the corner here from your ship, this gold contraption that looked kind of like that metal worm thingy. Hull of the ship that brought us here. Do you remember that one?
Are you telling me you've been backtracking? I told you to go to section 3. And if you've gone that way and come back, you're not doing your job.
I've had a very strange vision that I cannot explain other than to say that it's because here we are, strangers in a strange land.
I don't know, there's all sorts
I know
of junk
that-
around here. I don't care for it none. I've got my own plans.
This
Beard
is
face.
junk. Would you-
I don't care none about that. Listen, you've got the 500 credits. Just go and get me them damn bars and bring them back. No more asking me questions, that's it. No more questions.
All right. Well, have a good day, I suppose. As good as it can be here.
And you find Clever is quite distraught, not sure what to make of what just happened. So she's actually going to just be like a little bit inconsolable at the moment. Says she'll catch up.
Okay.
So, do you think? I mean, okay, let's just go this way. Let's go.
Maybe we can just get around it. Yeah, we can just climb over
Oh,
the junk, possibly.
This isn't the way.
Well, down
Down here.
here, and then up. I mean, we could maybe get behind the cube. Just climb over the junk.
That's a possibility.
But yeah, I guess we can go and check out that contraption.
Vendel sort of smiles at you guys. Good luck.
You know, again, I don't like the way you said that.
For the second time today, deja vu.
He knows something.
He knows everything.
Ollie, where are you at?
I'm all the way back to this
Yeah,
contraption
I'm
here.
looking for my brother.
Alright, Olakan, as you look to the east here, the path that's waded through the junk, you see a large bit of shrapnel. It's sort of horseshoe shaped and it's about 30 feet high. There are rivets of jagged iron jutting out from the sides of it, and in the gap where like the horseshoe sort of shaped area is 10 feet above the ground is a number of bat-like creatures hanging upside down. A dozen or so just piled around.
The Sturges.
I mean, do we want to go? Do we want to go?
I think that could be
Wait,
better
wait,
than the
wait, wait.
cube.
It all leads back here.
Let's look and see if we can't figure out that contraption first, and if we can't figure that out, then we'll come maybe just scare the Sturges off or deal with them or whatever, and then see what's in there. I don't know where
We
it would
could-
lead.
If what happened, if we think what happened, maybe we could keep a distance and fire upon it. If possible, and not even give it a
Well-
chance.
It was able to spit acid at us as well. That was something.
I want to take a look at this thing.
Alrighty. So you head back to the area and everything seems very strange. You get an overwhelming sense of deja vu. You look around and everything is practically the same. However, there is a turtle shell laying on the ground over in this direction. And you examine this contraption here. You can make a investigation check.
I mean, can I see the picture of it again?
Sure.
Yeah, this thing here. To go. Okay.
Who's making the check?
That would be Colin. Alright, without touching it, Colin, you examine it, walk around the sides of it, and you've got no idea what it is, or what it can do, or if it's usable, how to operate it. It very much resembles a ballista.
Yes, which I would not.
Ollie, you've always been
Wait.
good at these sorts of things. Don't you take a look at it? Maybe we can glean something from it.
God, Coach. God damn, I put the plus on that too.
Oh,
Alright, now Olacan, when you examine this thing, you notice it has some levers and some contraptions. It seems to have bolts, like a ballista, that can be fired from like the mouth area, and it looks like there are a couple of different settings for this thing. Just a harpoon that shoots out much like a regular harpoon, and then a one that just sort of explodes like an exploding harpoon, and another one that can be attached to a rope, and then you could like you could retract and drag something closer, and you know how to operate it.
can you explain it to us?
You put a button, pull a lever, shoot things.
And
Way to turn it around.
you don't actually like use it like mechanically, but you need to give it voice commands. As far as you can tell, it has gnomish inscriptions built into it, like an instruction manual sort of thing. But whether or not you can read gnome is a different story. You're not going to be able to operate this thing unless...
I can read gnomish.
Alright, you can, you just see some simple commands for it, Rin. There is move, and then you sort of state a direction. And then you say like load, and then you state the type of bolt. It's a lancing bolt, a harpoon, or explosive bolt. And then there's like defense mode. You just say defense mode. And that's as simple as it is.
Okay, so plan of attack here. I don't know. I mean,
I'll
shot with the harpoon and then a one. Does it look like it could fire multiple shots?
You think
Does that feel?
you could yeah, you could fire it a couple of times. It's got like one of each harpoons. It's got like, well, the harpoon can be fired multiple times. It's got like 2 lancing bolts and 1 explosive bolt loaded onto it.
If you guys can get that thing to line up, it's that small opening. We might be able to get through it.
I think we can do that.
So it probably only understands. I mean,
I'll tell
you
it
could read
to. I want to. I'll tell it to. In Gnomish. Move west. 30 feet.
Suddenly its eyes glow with this yellow light, and it just starts rolling along the ground,
Oh, that's cool.
and it just stops exactly where you said.
All right, now we know exactly how to do that. Where do we want to position it, and then what type of bolt do we want to start off with? I say let's start with the bang.
Yeah, that way if we're close, it doesn't bang on.
That's what I'm saying. We'll stand back here, and we'll let it shoot at it up there.
You want me to make sure there's something there in the first place?
That's not a bad
I
idea.
could fire a guiding bolt up there.
Well, I wouldn't fire a guiding bolt. I feel like that might be a waste of your spells, good sir. I feel like, do you have a crossbow, correct?
Yeah.
We'll just fire a crossbow bolt up there, and I think we can do that. But first,
So you
I'm
can
gonna tell it to
like
move right
make
here.
a perception check if you want to look for something.
Oh. Okay, so we can just look.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm
Okay,
not
yeah.
taking anything for granted.
Yeah, I'll just I'll take a gander. Oh no.
Yeah, you're looking around and you're not seeing anything, Rin. It's just a clear path as far as you're concerned. But Colin, you see it there. Relatively translucent, but still visible in your eyes. Sparsely illuminated by the lantern overhead. It's Big Jella.
That damn bastard, it's sitting right there waiting for us to walk into it again. If we even walked into it in the first place. I don't know, fuck.
I don't know. I'm very confused as well.
I don't know how you landlubbers do this shit.
I'm gonna tell in Gnomish. I'll tell the bolter to move beside me. All right, fellas. Do we want to start off with the bang?
Yes.
Do we know how far this thing can shoot?
You know, that's actually a good question. Ollie, best guess?
Real far.
We're only 40 feet away right here.
You're not exactly sure how the explosion will work. You can imagine it's an area in front of it, Olacan, maybe like a 20-foot cube. You just know that it's going to. Yeah, you just know that it's going to explode.
I don't know how far the arrow will shoot before it explodes.
It'll like explode in front of it.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if that's what you meant.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's gonna blow up right in front. So
wait.
let's shoot the far ones first.
If you can get it inside that fucker to where it blows up inside it, that's
Well,
even
then
better.
would I be able to give it commands if it's inside of it? That's the problem.
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell. Well, then let's start with just the regular shots then. And the harpoon's the one with the rope, right?
Yep.
Or is that the
Yeah.
lancing bolt?
That's the harpoon.
Okay. I'm gonna tell it to move forward 10 feet and to load the lancing bolt.
The bolt is loaded.
All right, you ready to get this party started, gentlemen?
Yeah, boy.
Well, I
Alright,
hope it's
it
a better shot than we are.
Big Jella just starts like squelching forward as soon as it sees that.
Get it?
And
So,
the
do I tell it what to do on my turn, or
Yeah.
how does that work?
yeah, you
Okay.
tell it what to do on your turn. Alright, it is there with the bolt loaded. And
Maybe.
Big Jella's character sheet's like glitched up. I don't know what the hell's going on with it, but give me 1 sec.
It's the astral plane.
Yeah, it like for some reason it's just linking to Marlax's sheet. I've got no idea what's going on with that. So just give me 1 second, guys. I've seen that glitch
No
before.
worries. Or Marlax.
Poor guy.
I mean, I still don't understand what happened, but I'm still very confused.
So, we got first attack with it. Do you want to hit it? I mean,
It doesn't have a
Nancy blow
command right
first.
now.
I didn't
I don't
tell
know
it
what's
to,
going
to,
on with,
to shoot.
I don't know what's going on with like Roll20, but I think I might have to reload my page because it's just, I don't know, it's just there's something happening with the compendium where I can't get a new character sheet for it now. So Big Jella anyway, he's going to move up 15 feet and he's going to just spray acid onto the oaken bolter. I'll just roll it manually for now until hopefully the compendium decides to fix itself. Alright, the oaken bolt makes a dex save. It fails and it takes 8 acid damage. Okay,
It's got
that's
a
the
lot
end of
more
Big
health than
Jella's
I do.
turn. All I can.
I'll pull out my pistol.
Alright, so with that, you're not proficient in it. You just use your dex save. Dex bonus.
Dex check. Yeah. So 8.
Okay, sorry, I'm just having like a big problem with the compendium at the moment. What the hell is going on with this thing? Okay, you hit it for 5 piercing damage.
Oh, look who's back.
And I'll load it.
Sure. It's loaded as part of the attack.
Okay.
I told the dead on it.
Okay. I like literally don't have a character sheet for this thing now, so I'm just gonna manually roll it. I don't know what's going on with the compendium. So let me just have a look at its actual sheet. Alright, it's got a -2.
That's good.
And it takes 5 necrotic damage.
Oh. Fire in.
Yeah.
Rin.
I'll yell at the oaken bolter to fire in Gnomish.
Okay.
Does that take an action, or is that like a
No, it's
just kind of a free action kind
yeah,
of thing?
it's just talking, so
Okay. All right. I'm gonna throw I'm gonna throw a dart at this thing.
okay, I finally got its sheet
You
fixed.
got it back.
That hits for 6 piercing damage.
Damn, good dart.
And
Maybe tell it to fall back a little bit.
I don't know what all I can do in a turn, but I'll I'll say fire, then move south 10 feet if that can happen. I'll move 15 feet myself. End of turn.
Alrighty, it loads the harpoon in. You see this giant javelin appear in its mouth from some sort of mechanical roller, and the tip of the javelin is red, and it just fires. and it just hits Big Jella and explodes. Big Jella makes a dex save. 1 second, guys.
I know that thing's not fast.
I got his character sheet finally, but I had to relink it now. I'm not sure what was happening there. Alright, dex save. It fails and takes 15 fire damage as the harpoon literally explodes on impact and little chunks of jelly fly through the air. And then the oaken bolter just rolls back 10 feet.
Oh, nice.
Big Jella's turn. Oops, I didn't need to be a d20. Alright, roll for recharge. It doesn't get its acid breath back. And in fact, these objects here are gone. Big Jella moves forward and it dashes up to here, taking the turtle shell with it as it goes. You can see the turtle shell just sort of floating in the air now. Olican.
I'll use my bonus to disengage. Actually, I'll attack it first. And
that hits for 10. And
do I get the sneak because of the thing?
You got sneak attack. Another
massive!
one from sneak attack.
Then I'll use my bonus to disengage.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Colin.
Okay. I'm gonna go way over here. And I'm done messing around with this thing. Forget spell slots.
That hits it.
That hits it?
Yeah, you send the guiding bolt streaking over and it just hits Big Jella. More ooze explodes from it. It takes 13 radiant damage and the next attack has advantage.
Yes. Okay.
Ren.
Okay, I'm going to throw another dart.
It's a crit. For 7 piercing damage.
And in Gnomish, I will tell the open bolter to. So that one was the lancing bolt, because I think that's
That was
the
the
one I told you.
explosive bolt. I thought you told it to load the explosive one.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. And I only had one of each, I guess. I'm gonna tell it to load the lancing bolt and fire.
And its eyes glow again.
And I'll hop skip back. And that's my turn. Do your thing.
Alrighty, the mouth sort of opens up now and the lancing bolt just shoots out at Big Jella. And it hits for 16 piercing damage.
Does it only have 3 bolts?
It had 1 explosive bolt, 1 lancing bolt, and then the harpoon can be used repeatedly.
Oh, cool.
Alright, Big Jella just makes this horrible squelching sound and just moves over the oaken bolter.
Like it's hawking a really nasty loogie.
And the bolter is engulfed. Let me just move him up. As Big Jella moves forward. And it's coming towards you guys now. He takes 11 acid damage as it is just engulfed inside. Olacan.
Can I get my sneak attack with that thing inside of it?
No.
Thrower?
No. It's
Go
got,
farm
yeah, it's got total cover from you. You fire for 4 piercing damage. Colin.
We're just tighten this thing.
Alrighty, Toll of the Dead. Big Jella fails and takes 12 necrotic damage. Rin.
Damn it. Alright, I'm gonna have to step forward 10 feet so I don't have disadvantage. Throw another dart.
That hits. For 5 piercing damage.
Alright, and then on the off chance that it can hear me, I'll tell the bolter to load the harpoon and fire.
Okay.
On the off chance. I don't know if it can or not. Actually, I wouldn't move all the way back. I'd move to here. Just so I'd be in front of Olacan.
The Oaken Bolter fires a harpoon.
Yes.
And it just sort of sticks like into Big Jella. It doesn't really like travel through the cube, and it's actually completely ineffective while the Oaken Bolter is inside, although it can't hear you. And then just sort of
maybe you could tell it
to defense mode.
Maybe you could tell it to move out.
It's like got it like grappled, but Big Jella moves and it moves with it, so it's sort of not really stopping it from moving.
Yeah.
But it can hear you. The cube starts melting the Oaken Bolter. I'll have to roll it manually again now. And the Oaken Bolter is corroded for 14 acid damage. You see the metal just start to disintegrate. And then Big Jella rolls for recharge and just slides along the ground, a quivering motion towards you guys, 30 feet. Olacan.
Just fire my pistol out again.
It hits for 6 piercing damage. And you've got 10 bullets for that, Olacan, so got 7 left. Colin.
Okay. Hold the dead on it.
To fail, it takes 7 necrotic damage and it leaves this sort of bluish translucent slime in its wake, and now it really starts to quiver side to side and just begin melting down almost into nothing. Rin.
Rin just says, oh, I hope this
Dart
works.
for the win, Rin.
Yeah, I'm gonna just throw another dart at it.
That hits.
I wish I had advantage.
For 6 piercing damage.
And I'm gonna tell the bolter.
Wasn't there a defensive?
There's a defensive mode, but I'm sure it probably just raises its AC, which does nothing for what's going on right now.
You're right.
I mean, I would assume that anyway. But I'm gonna tell it to move move east as far as it can,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna run.
Alright, you see the wheels try to move on the oaken bolter, and they don't. It's just like
Oh, okay.
trying it again and again, and it moves nowhere.
I
Big-
hope this thing survives.
Jella.
Ooh.
It disintegrates the oaken bolter some more, but it's still hanging on.
Oh, wow.
And then Big Jella rolls for recharge. Doesn't get its acid spray back. Frantically starts
so lucky.
squelching towards you.
We've been so lucky.
All I can. You fire at it, and then you just hear this one last as it starts to melt down into just a pile of ooze left on the ground.
So did it have the shell in it the entire time too?
Yeah,
So is the shell still there?
the shell just sort of washes to the ground as the ooze subsides.
So it's just a straight empty shell though?
Yes, it's a very clean, empty shell.
Oh, well, whatever
Take
brought
it
us
with-
back. Yeah, whatever brought us back didn't bring poor Marlax back. He was different, but he wasn't a bad type of person, I suppose. I'll pick up the shell and put it on the oaken bolter.
Alrighty.
And I'll give it the command, follow me. I don't know if that'll work.
It doesn't move or react when you say follow me.
Okay. Well, it's gonna get tiresome trying to tell it to move all the time. You think maybe we can, leave it over here by Vendellin's place and then come back for it? Possibly.
Yeah, sounds good.
Might be able to get our tabaxi friend to look at it. She seems to be good with machines. All right, and then I'll tell it to move. I'll tell it to move northwest, 30 feet, and just stay there.
Just there?
Well, we could.
Yeah, that's fine. Just anywhere in that general area.
Okay.
All right.
Uh,
Was it did anything else come out of the cube, or was it just the shell and the
That was
bolter?
it. It was completely
Okay.
translucent.
Okay.
You move back into this wide area now. You can be confident that the way forward is clear. The skeleton still remains propped up against the wall here, and you look to this
Oh.
sparsely lit path beyond.
Well, maybe I'll point at the skeleton. Well, now we know why it's freaking clean. Maybe that should have been our first hint. Something was wrong. Oh man. Oh, maybe it is 812. Maybe I missed something in there. I probably missed something. Alright, let's hope. Let's walk forward and
Oh,
hope not
hey.
to run into any more big jellos.
take a look. Let's take a look around.
Make a
Run into-
perception check, Colin. Alright, you don't see any more cubes. You do see, however, something tucked behind the skeleton sort of near the rib cage, nestled in with the junk. It looks like a book.
Yes.
Well, look at that.
Look here, what I found.
The book is a leather-bound tome. It is also sort of laced with some sort of bronze plating, and it has a lock on it. It has an arcane rune on the cover. It's
Nice
like
one,
a spell
Colin.
book.
Now, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to go back to your friendly ghost and see what's in that chest? This has got to be the book.
I
Instant
imagine
death.
it
You
is.
didn't
I mean,
see it coming. No,
it makes perfect sense.
gotta. Yeah, we need to grab a piece of this skeleton too and bring it to him and say, "Hey, is this you? You look a lot better now."
That might be a tad bit crass.
Hey,
It is up to you.
cat bit ass.
Well, I suppose we could return it now, or we could continue on and complete the mission that was set before us. And when we return the spell book.
I don't. How far away was that guy?
On the other side of the junkyard.
He's just right around the corner.
Was he?
I think so. I think he was at the southern edge of the.
Oh, I guess he was.
before-
Yeah.
He was right before that damn. Whatever you want to call it. Let's take this book back.
Yeah, I suppose it wouldn't take that long to return it.
Mateys, I just gotta tell you that I think that anything that might help us along the path of this journey that we're on might come in handy.
I agree.
I just got a feeling. So, how?
Alright, you guys double back towards the strange ghostly figure that you'd met.
Yeah.
You notice immediately the oaken bolter is not where you left it. And as you peer around this
Oh,
broken bit of wall, you see Vandalen just taking parts off of it. And he looks up at you all. What are you doing back here?
we found something that we needed to take care of. Back on, just right over here. It won't take us but a few minutes. And you're welcome for the oaken bolter, by the way.
What are you talking about? I found this here.
Oh, we brought it there. Can you even read what it says on there?
What do you mean? There's good parts here and I need them for my ship.
You know he can't. You know he can't read.
I'm feeling lucky today, so I'll allow you to spend a little extra time.
Well, thank you. That
If
guy.
I remember correctly,
Should be.
up here.
It should be. Ah, yes, because here I see where we went on our escapade and found our bag.
Ah, there it is.
All right, I'm gonna take out my mirror
Alrighty, you
and
you take it out, and sure enough, the ghostly figure is still there. You catch him in your reflection.
we found your spell book. Colin, if you would please.
It like holds out its long clawed hands.
I point at the chest.
I'm sure once he gets the book, he'll get the chest open for us, or at least tell us where the key is.
It's like I hold the book. Yes.
He's extending his long clawed hands. as if he want you to put the book in it.
Okay. I will do so.
As you place the book in his hands, his long fingers curl around it, and he just sort of strokes it a little bit. This featureless, curious face gazes at it, and then it just starts moving away. You're seeing this happen in the reflection of the mirror, but everyone else just sees the book floating in the air, and he moves towards the back of the interior of the broken hull of the ship, and he just moves a couple of bits of trash, and then suddenly a key, mysterious key, is floating in the air, and it floats over and turns in the chest, and then the chest is unlocked, and then suddenly he takes the key and then he puts it into the book and unlocks the tome, and you just see either him looking down at the book, turning the first page, or opening the cover, or just the book opening by itself, depending if you're looking in the mirror or not. And then he sort of looks up at you, Colin, Rin, and he gives you guys a bit of a gentle nod, and then he vanishes. The book falls to the ground, and so does his key.
Well,
Oh.
oh, and we get to keep the book. How about that?
And the key.
I'll go pick the book up and put it back in the bag.
Can anybody check this dead gum chest to make sure it's not something that's gonna eat us?
Well, I think we can be reasonably sure that it's not going to. That kind ghost unlocked it for us.
Well, I guess it up.
Yeah. Let's open it up.
Alrighty. You wait, let me give you your... Who's got the bag of holding, by the way? Was it you,
Question.
Rin?
I would imagine it's me. Yeah.
Alright, I forgot to give you the handout for that. Let me do that
One
now.
of the two of us. Yeah.
Because I have the.
Or did I put that in the... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With the
So
that party loot handout, do you want to say that's what's inside the bag of holding?
Yeah.
yeah, I would
Let's
say.
do that,
Okay.
but let's careful not to overfill it.
Alright, that is
Yeah.
the bag of holding.
Okay.
And there's a handout for the actual bag itself. Alright, inside this chest, you see an old looking lantern. It's made of metal, but although it's the metal is tarnished, it is studded with these grayish green gemstones. It's like a hooded lantern. There's another larger gemstone set on top of it, and where the actual lantern lens is, it has a pattern that sort of makes it resemble a lidded eye, and it's definitely magical. Also, there is a wand. The wand, it is like a wooden handle with sort of these concentric rings working off it, and the tip of it is this sort of blue shard of energy that seems to sort of glow a little bit as you touch it. Magic wand. And then the key itself that he dropped on the ground, it's a little key, but from what you can tell, it also has some sort of special properties.
What? That's cool.
Yeah. A bag of holding with all kind of cool stuff in it.
There's also a a backpack that contains alchemist supplies.
Ah, that could come in handy.
Yes.
And inside is a coin pouch with 450 gold pieces, actual GP.
Okay, so not credits.
And it's a strange looking mintage that you wouldn't recognize. It's of a star on one side and a wizard's hat on the other.
Wow. That was something.
Oh well, I'm glad that we came back for this. This is some very interesting things here. Hopefully we'll be able to make sense of them next time we have a rest.
Yes.
With that, let's take a 10-minute break. And I presume you guys are going to continue on forward to
Continue
section
forward.
3. Alright, I'll move you guys over there for when we get back.
Okay.
I'll see you guys back in about 10 minutes.
Alrighty.
I'm back.
I am as well.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Hey, okay, partner.
Enjoying the level 2 life?
At the moment, no. TPK'd. I
Yeah.
don't know. Big Jella is pretty. It's a pretty significant fight.
My
Sure.
Harobi is a guy I play with in real life stuff, and he's been watching this, and he's messaging me. He's like, "Oh, you guys are fucked," and then sure enough, we got fucked.
I mean, we totally were.
Yeah.
Experience points, and it will effectively spells. So that would be good. 3. Bam, bam, bam. Then I'm done.
Alright, you guys have doubled back now to where Big Jella was. You've realized now the skeleton belongs to the wizard, whom you found his spellbook, and this ghostly apparition of him was able to continue on to the next life. And it looks like he didn't take his spellbook with him, as when he vanished it simply dropped to the ground. And you can see this, again, sparsely illuminated, jagged corridor between 15 or 25 feet wide, filled full of junk, ending at what looks like a ship that's sort of cutting across the path far to the north. And beyond that, you can see this glow. It seems to just be about a 50-foot sort of wide, just empty space beyond the ship. And there you see a 30-foot tall stone wall with large gates, presumably section 3. It's only a stone throw away. There is a big slimy pile of eggs here, encapsulated in membrane. Kruthic eggs, sort of, some of it stuck to the wall of junk, and then some of it anchored to the ground, all encapsulated in this slime, keeping it together. There are more of these strange tube-like objects. There is a barrel here, and it's got some sort of sandy-like substance in it. There's also broken bits of wood. It looks like some sort of coffin here, and just random junk, just shit strewn around everywhere.
The sandy stuff. Can I tell what it is?
It looks like salt.
Oh. Well, that's not very useful for us right now. considering nobody actually eats here, I guess it could be, I don't know, just a bauble of some sort.
It's a full keg. It's made of wood. The lid is nowhere to be seen, and it's like dirty salt, though. It's brown and black. But it's either salt or sand. You'd have to really taste it to know.
Yeah. Mateys, wait on me a second. I got an experiment I want to try. Right here and grab a piece of this coffin.
Okay.
Some of this salt and throw it on top of the eggs.
All right.
See what happens.
You throw the salt on the eggs, and then instantly it just breaks down the translucent ooze, and eggs just start rolling along the ground everywhere.
Yes. Now, okay.
And then some of them, the eggs, they expand and
of course.
and some little baby Kruthix burst out. There are 2 of them. They just basically, the eggs expand, and then a stabby claw just cuts through the soft shell of the egg, and then covered in slime, this disgusting creature emerges. 2 of them. And they look hungry, and they don't think that you're their mother, funnily enough.
I was we could hope.
Maybe you could try and convince them. Colin, you're up first. They're probably going to attack you instantly.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Well, the salt trick is good to know.
I would like to cast Shield of Faith upon myself as my bonus action.
Okay, +2 AC for a minute.
And
10
then
minutes,
I'm
sorry.
going to run up here, and I'm going to take a swing at this guy here.
You swing, and despite its shell being very soft in its infancy, you hit a particularly hard part of its shell, and that's a miss. It's shitten.
What do you know?
Alright, this one, it doesn't like you attacking its sibling, Colin, so it jumps forward and it tries to stab at you. It has pack tactics, as
I forgot about that.
one of them moves in, the other one moves in to attack with advantage, and that misses. The one you just swung sort of takes a couple of awkward steps over this way. It half sort of falls on the ground as if it's still like just learning how to walk, but it does know how to hunt, and it stabs at you with advantage. It actually hits you for 5 piercing damage. And it ends its turn there.
I want to do Thunderously Rebuke it.
Okay, you lose concentration, unfortunately.
Oh, God. Do I?
Yeah. You got a 4 on your con save for your shield.
With advantage?
Do you have Warcaster?
Yes.
Make a Constitution save. Again, I'll make it so it rolls advantage from you for you in future. There's a setting I can.
Okay. Let's see.
All right, let me give you advantage, Colin. So from now, hey, Math Van's here.
Sorry, I'm super late.
That's fine. You missed out on dying. Lucky you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Really? I died?
You didn't die. Everyone else did.
Oh, wow.
Run.
Right, I'm going
We
to.
found some cool stuff.
Your character should be long rested, Math Van, and I'm just going to say you move. You were feeling sick, so you stayed in Vendellen's hovel. But now you're feeling better, and you've rushed to join the party members who are fighting a couple of baby Kruthix. So you've entered from the south over here, and you can just roll initiative and just join in whenever you have your initiative count.
Yeah, and let me just do the long rest stuff really quick.
Yeah.
So we're still level 2, right?
Yeah, level 2.
Mm-hmm.
I made the save. correct?
Saw that. Yep, you're still concentrating on Shield of Faith. And I changed that setting for you as well.
Thank you. I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, it's you can't do it on your end, but I've got that sorted. Very proud of that API because I sort of worked with the creator a little bit, gave him some suggestions about how to make that better. Not that I did any of the coding. Olacan, you're up.
Stabby stab.
Green flame blade.
And I'll do the sneak damage, sorry.
All right. You you ignite your blade, Olacan, and find a gap for its shit in, and as your blade hits it, an explosion of green fire ignites the Kruthic, and some of the green fire sort of spills onto the other one. The initial one that you hit, though, is devastated, and it falls to the ground in a smoldering pile.
Nice.
Rin.
Do I think if I throw some salt on it, it would hurt it?
You're not sure. You'd have to try and see.
Yeah, why not? Just have a little fun with it. I'll grab a handful of quote-unquote salt. We're still not sure if it's actually salt. And
Make an
what I have to eat.
improvised weapon attack. So it's a straight strength roll.
Oh.
Oh,
Alright,
credit.
you hit it, and it does 2d6 acid damage to the young Kruthic.
Ooh.
Sweet. I imagine it would normally be 1d6.
No, it's actually 2d6. Oh yeah, it's a crit, so you'd actually do 4d6. But regardless, you throw like a big handful of salt on it, and the salt just burns its flesh. It just screeches, and you just see its flesh like literally just turn into a liquid, and the Kruthic just melts to the ground.
I vote that we take some of this with us.
I vote. Put it in the bag of holding.
Well, I don't think we take
Maybe
the
you
whole
just
barrel.
reach in. No, you don't take the whole barrel, but you never can tell when we run into a big mama.
Can it work like that? Can I just like pour it into the pour some into the bag of holding, and then I can just
Sure.
scoop some out? Okay.
How many pounds
Actually,
do you want to
wait.
take?
Do we have 4 packs?
So,
I mean, we don't have to eat. We may have things that, but we don't need to eat. We may have some vials.
you can actually sell salt as well. 1 pound is 5 copper, and there is 500 pounds here.
Oh shit. Well, we can come back and get more. I mean, we're not going to take 500 pounds.
Okay. Well, let's take some just in case.
About how many throws a pound, would you say? Or is it like a pound a throw?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can take some and then come back and get some more if needed. 10, 15 handfuls, you think?
That sounds good. About 15 pounds worth.
All right, there's
Yeah.
484 pounds left here.
Okay. I'll make a note.
I got it. There we go.
Okay.
And then you got 15 pounds.
Okay.
All right.
And everything inside the bag is covered in salt, but you can just pull it out of the salt.
We can find an actual container for the salt later. Not worried about it right now.
And
All right, gentlemen.
the
Onward.
young Kruthix give you a little bit of experience points. We've got one second, I calculated it wrong. 16 experience, 17 experience points each.
Ugh, that's a lot.
Getting close. Getting close.
Alright, so Math Van comes wading through the passage now to the south to meet with you all. As you just see them throw the salt and dispose of the young Kruthik Math Van. You experienced this sort of strange sensation come over you for a quick sort of lapse in time there, Math Van. It's as if you're having like a bad dream, but all of a sudden you feel better and you've come to meet with your party members. You saw them leave you about 10 minutes prior, maybe 15 minutes ago. And you've just come to catch up with them now.
Hello, guys. How's everything?
Oh, Math Van, my blue friend. Seems you're better.
You haven't missed anything. You haven't missed anything.
Yes, I feel very strange right now, as I don't know what ailment took over me. So, but I'm feeling better now. And have you seen my hat?
Hat? What hat do you mean?
I'm gonna start looking through my bag. I remember that at the end of last session, I had a magic hat.
Oh, we identified that. It's in the bag of holding at the moment. It's a hat of wizardry.
What does it do?
It has to be attuned by a wizard. So,
Oh.
Not much use to you there, Math Van.
All right.
Okay.
Again, with the babies.
well, I suppose you're right.
Alright, another thing you realized, Math Fan, like when that strange sort of lapse happened, like when you awoke and sort of from the strange stupor, there was like a female tabaxi just laying down on the straw pallets with you, and you don't know how she got there, but she seemed to sort of have known you, and she was also feeling ill, so she just said that she'll catch up with you.
So very strange. I noticed that.
Matt Van, you're a proper beard splitter. You got that blousy. Now let's get going.
Right. Let's keep going.
Ooh.
That's 17 XP. I'm assuming that I don't add that, right?
You add it.
I add it.
Someone will have the total. Everyone stays on the same XP. As you
Even if I'm...
yeah, even if you're not here, everyone levels evenly.
Well, how much was the total? 829.
829.
Okay.
As you move forward, you can see this like rotten wooden rope bridge that's just somehow laying across the ground, and before you is a ship. It's painted orange. It seems to be made from steel. It has the hull ripped to shreds, and the only sort of the foundation of the ship sort of remains on the underside. It almost looks like rib bones, you could say. There is a 2-foot sort of lip just jutting out of the ground. The ship itself looks half buried in the junk, and you can sort of climb over the lip, and then beyond that is like just a 50-foot wide empty space before it sort of ends in some 30-foot high stone walls, presumably section 3. And as you approach the ship, Rin, you hear some sort of shuffling around. So there is like the roof of the ship here, which is like 20 feet up, and then there's just like a gap, and the ship's basically hollowed out inside. And then you can see sort of like towards the starboard side of the ship, it's sort of empty-ish. There are some like compartments and whatever, but as you look up to hear this shuffling sound, perched on the roof of the ship, it's a familiar looking creature.
Oh, hell. Here we go again.
It sort of hisses and has this sort of snowy, translucent sort of blue quality to it. And you hear a voice sort of call out telepathically in all of your minds. In some sort of completely foreign and unknown language. And then you realize there's not one of these creatures, but two, perched also on a wall of junk to the northwest. This gaunt figure looking down at you. And it looks like this. You've encountered them before.
Yeah.
Got these hooked wings, gangly limbs, a little beard, tiny pricks of yellow light for eyes. And it this one looks like it's about to swoop down and attack. The other one just remains perched up on the junk. Both are 20 feet above you guys. And I'm gonna roll initiative now.
Well, it could have been worse, buckos. Or could have been 3.
Yeah, I suppose.
All I can. You fire at it, Olacan. You hear the bullet ricocheted. It's a miss. Rin.
Alright, so this one looks like corporeal, like, and this one looks...
Yeah, this one has this sort of snowy sort of glow to it. Like it's somewhat spectral.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna throw a dart at this one. I want to pick up my darts back up for...
That hits it.
I need to get some magic darts, I mean...
For 7 piercing damage.
You are lethal with the darts.
I seem to be able to hit things with the darts. Okay, and then that's really all I can do at the moment. I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
Alright, it beats its wings a couple of times as it's perched up 20 feet above, looking down, almost like a gargoyle. And then it just screams down towards you, hissing, and it sort of almost passes through as it swings in. It makes a claw attack and it hits you, but you don't have a physical wound as it scratches you. Instead, something just smacks your mind, causing this sharp searing pain to just riddle your body. You're hit for 9 psychic damage rather than slashing damage. Okay. And as it sort of, it's like its spectral claw is like inside your chest basically, and then it just opens up its mouth and whispers to you in your native tongue, "Let's see what secrets your corpse has." And then it just tries to like bite your face, and
Jesus.
It hits you for 8 psychic damage, and you drop to the ground. And then it resumes its perch up here.
That's a bad luck.
I think we all do. It's not just you.
Math fan.
So that's 15, right? Because of difficult terrain. So 15 here.
Well, you can go around all the can, so you can go like 5, 10, and yeah, it would be 10 as well to move like that.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Good one.
That's a good one.
Stay alive, friend. gonna
I'm
step
trying,
back.
damn. Oh no.
The creatures sort of whisper to themselves. This one seems to be saying something to the other one, but you guys can't understand it. Mother! Tasa! And then it takes to the air, hovering above you all. You can see its wings are somewhat translucent. They have like reflecting the orange light through them. They look like quite thin. And then it has this sort of angry look on its face. And it swoops down at you, Math Van. And it attacks with a bite.
That's gonna hurt.
It bites you for 9 piercing damage, and this attack is very real. And then it just tries to grab onto your shoulders and just dig its claws deep into your chest. But that misses.
That misses, surprisingly.
Sweet.
And then it sort of hovers up 5 feet above you, but remains in your melee range.
Oh, nice.
And it ends its turn there.
When it talked to me, I was able to understand it, right?
Previously, yeah.
Okay.
But this time it's saying something in just like a completely foreign language to you. And
So
it seems to
is
speak
this
multiple
thing
languages.
in melee range?
Yep.
Alrighty then. Let's see what you're made of. And a missed.
It does
Awesome.
miss. Strafes out of reach of your warhammer. Olacan.
I will go here. And smack him.
$11 misses.
I'll bonus disengage.
Rin.
Alright, I'll stand up. And move the 15 feet over here to get to the thing that I hit before. And we'll go with a dagger attack.
It's a hit. For 5 piercing damage.
And
These
then
things
I'll do a crazy high front kick.
That hits. For 6 bludgeoning damage.
Alright. I can't move anymore anyway.
Mhm.
Alright, the burbling over here that's sort of perched like a gargoyle, it leaves its roost again. And it flies down here towards Math Van. It hisses
shit.
and it tries to just bite you as it moves in.
Ah, shit. I'm
It hits
down.
you for 9 psychic damage. And then it, as it's swooping along, it scratches at Rin. It misses you with a claw. And it, that was, let's wait one sec, 25, 30. And then it sort of flies up, provoking from you, Rin. 10 feet in the air it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
15 feet in the air. You hit it for 4 piercing damage. Math Fan, make me a death saving throw.
Of course.
That counts as 2.
That is 2 failures.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
The burbling here, it looks like it's about to just shred Math Van. but instead it takes the disengage action and flies over the wall of junk to the west, out of sight.
Oh, we can't see it.
Muttering like a single word. Shalaka! Before it goes. Colin.
I'm gonna healing word, Matt Finn.
Oh,
It's my
man.
bonus action
Very nice. Thank you.
at all.
Sorry?
Is the spectral one hit at
Yeah,
all?
it's been hit. It got darted.
Okay, I'm gonna try to toll the dead.
I think.
on
Oh no, not darted. It got hit by something.
The dagger.
The dagger, yeah. It fails, taking 5 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Olacan.
If it's 10 feet off the ground, can I reach?
It's 15 feet off the ground.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that part.
It went up 10 feet, but it was already like hovering 5 feet above the ground.
Okay, yeah. Cool. I'll shoot.
You hit it for 13 piercing damage, and like
Good shot.
these like sort of spectral tendrils just trail out from it upon impact. Rin.
All right. Just kind of stick where I'm at the moment, and we'll throw a dart at it.
Oh, here it is. Crit dart.
No, nope.
It falls short.
That's the first time I've missed with a dart in a while. You jinxed it. I don't really have any bonus actions I can do, so guilty.
The burbling moves 25 feet here, and then just quickly darts down towards you, Colin, and it scratches at you. It misses with the claw attack, and then it tries to bite. That misses, and then it flies up another 15 feet, provoking an opportunity attack from you.
Oh, and I can.
You can cast a spell as a warcaster if you wanted.
You hit it
Yeah,
for
I
4
could.
bludgeoning damage.
Except that I don't have any good spell slots left.
It ends its turn there. Math fan.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up.
This one's dangerous.
And I'm going to shoot it with the crossbow.
That's a miss.
Jesus. I'm
Alright.
gonna stop back here. That's my turn.
Olacan, you hear a little bit of slight movement above you. You turn your head over your shoulder and look up to see the Burberlang just floating above the wall of junk. And then it comes in at you, biting and clawing. It grabs you with its claw for 6 slashing damage and then tries to take a bite out of you. The bite misses, and then it just...
The bite misses.
It flies back up behind the wall of junk, and you can opportunity attack it. You try to swing at it, but it's too quick, and you miss. It ends its turn behind the wall. Colin,
How high is this one?
20 feet.
So. I think do it right now.
Told it that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I could do that.
It succeeds. And the sound of the bell is all but lost in this expanse. Olacan. You fire at it, and you sort of just hit it right in its bulbous head, and it just like blows its brains out. and there is just like the spectral sort of chunks that just fall to the ground, and then the entire thing just vanishes. It simply fades from view. Rin.
Alright, I'm going to hold an attack for it for when it comes within range. So
Rin. Sorry, Math Fan.
I'm gonna step back here, and I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna hold an action to shoot it with the crossbow when I see it.
Okay. And Rin, what attack are you doing?
I'm gonna if it gets within well, I can't do multiple. Once it gets within range of me being able to throw the dagger, I'll do that.
Okay. It
'Cause I don't know if it's gonna actually come up.
it flies over the wall again, and Math Fan and Rin, you can take your opportunity attacks now.
You go
So
first. Ren.
I'm actually throwing the dagger, so
That hits for 5 piercing damage.
And I'm gonna shoot it with the crossbow.
That hits
nice.
for 10
For 10
piercing damage.
piercing.
As it sort of comes over the wall, it sort of gets hit in its torso with the dagger, and then the bolt just pierces through its wing, and it loses a little bit of altitude, stumbles to the side as it sort of spins, and just claws as it spins towards you, Rin. It misses with a slash, and then it sort of corrects itself, grabs onto you, and just tries to bite at you. You just kick it back, and then it just it flies. Just wait, I've got to measure again. It flies up towards the wall, 15 feet in the air, but it doesn't get over the wall this turn. Colin.
Does he get reaction, didn't he?
He used his reaction already.
That's not for whom the bell tolls.
Alright, it just starts trying to fly, and then it just falls to the ground, bounces along the wall of junk, and then it kills itself, and then it falls on the ground here, dead.
I'm gonna step over and kick it.
Yeah, I'll walk up to it and retrieve my dagger. Wipe it
And I'm
off.
actually going to look for crossbolts, bolts, if I can see any that are intact.
Yeah, you can get 1 back.
Okay.
That's good.
You guys get 300 XP each.
Oh, that did it.
Level 3.
Should we wait until we rest?
Yeah,
Well,
don't
yeah, we can't level up until we long rest
Yeah.
anyway.
yeah, don't level up just yet. We'll try to leave leveling up in between sessions if we can, because it takes a little while.
Yeah.
This curious creature simply falls to the ground, and there is a black streak of veins working its way up its neck. Its eyes are bloodshot, and it already smells like its flesh is rotted from the necrosis.
Well, hopefully you don't run into any more of those things. I'm rather tired of them, to be honest.
Oh.
Well, I guess let's
Would
head
this
towards...
look like a ship that I'm familiar with?
It certainly looks like a conventional sailing ship, but it's made from metal. It's a steel ship. So obviously you would be used to ships made from wood. So it's curious in that aspect, and as far as you can tell, it's basically destroyed completely, Colin, and sunk in half into the ground. Like the whole lower deck is concealed behind the wall of the floor of junk. But as you look inside, you see some sort of curious looking panels towards the front of the ship, and it looks like some like old maybe like cupboards or compartments sort of around this area.
Okay. Close out.
Sorry guys, quick recap. What's the mission right now? Just
You're going
so I
to
know.
section 3 to buy some steel bars for Van Dellen.
okay, so we're still doing that, right?
Yeah.
We happen to run into a roadblock of sorts.
Big
Okay.
Jella.
So, can I tell what's behind these panels? Or
Yeah, you go to open one up, Colin, and you can make a dexterity save.
oh, great! Fail.
Suddenly on the actual, like, it wasn't like locked or anything like that, but on the panel suddenly a glyph just appears and it explodes.
And I'm unconscious.
You take 20 points of thunder damage,
Yep.
and you're just blown to the ground unconscious. You hit your head and you're on the ground dying.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Wait, where are you?
If you want to heal him, you can. I can heal him as well. I mean, not for as much.
What are you, Paladin?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'd rather you heal him and we take a rest. A short rest.
I'll roll up and I'll put 4 of the 5 lay on hands that I have into him.
That's 4.
Yeah, 4. That way, I want to hold 1 in reserve just in case.
Yeah, that's always good. We can take a rest, a short rest, and recuperate.
Did the
From
panel open after that, or did it remain closed?
You you come conscious to Rin laying on hands, and you feel a bit better, Colin. You get up and you just see the sort of wrought iron panel move to the side. It doesn't even look like the door closes properly. The glyph is now sort of burnt into the surface of the panel, but it's like not glowing or anything. It's just like a burn mark now, basically. And inside you find a few objects. First of all, there's a lovely suit of half plate, and it's studded with gems, increasing the value to a total of 1,000 GP.
Wow.
Half plate.
Yeah, it's
worth
got all these
1,000
like
GP.
red gems set into it. There also is a magic cloak, and this is all, it's folded up neatly, and a small bag. It looks like a coin pouch. It has 300 credits inside.
Does the half plate look like it's of time?
Look like it's what, sorry?
But that it stood the test of time, like it's not tarnished in any way?
It is immaculate.
Okay.
No one has taken a lot of care to keep these items here. Nice set of regal looking half plate mail studded with gems, a neatly folded cloak, and a nice little case with 300 stacked credits inside.
I know that's a lot. I know that's worth a lot of money.
Does anybody here wear medium armor? Though I would
do.
caution against it, just because, well, who knows who actually left this here, and I'm saying let's not wear it immediately, just because we go into the market. What if we run into whoever left it here? They'll know it's theirs.
At this point, I would try to ritual cast detect magic?
Sure. Detect magic goes up a short time later, and yeah, you detect magic from the cloak, but no magic from the armor
For the armor?
or anywhere
Yeah.
else around you.
If that's the case, I would love to
Sell
take
it.
the
Actually,
half plate.
you do detect some illusion magic coming from this torch here. That's it.
Okay. I could use the armor.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
plate is
anyone
15 plus dex,
Mm-hmm.
16.
Plus 2, yeah.
So
Yeah, for me it would be an upgrade.
okay. If it's an upgrade for you, sure. But how many people is it an upgrade for?
I don't wear armor.
I don't think
Just you?
anyone else would wear it apart from
I think
Two
I think
clerics.
Mathvan's the only,
mean,
the only one.
I can wear heavy armor.
You've got chainmail as well, don't you?
Yeah, I've got chainmail. Chainmail, I think the base AC for chainmail is 16.
Yeah. So
See,
only person
for
that's going to
half-plate,
benefit
15.
would be Mathvan.
Yeah. Yeah, I that's my armor. My armor is medium armor, and I have it plus 2 dexterity modifier, so
Oh.
that complements that.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
For you. Perfect.
All right. Did you want to put it on now, or perhaps you wanted to heed Rin's advice? I think, but you may not want to be seen with it.
Oh no, I want to put it on.
Okay.
Put it on, but put it under your blue cloak.
Sure.
And we got to find out. Did you say there was a cloak too?
Yep. Hold it up very neatly.
Yeah. And
It's a blue cloak. It's got a nice blue hood trimmed with this sort of copper color embroidery and a little pin surrounded by like a green pattern around the shoulder area. As you take this stuff, Rin, you're just marveled by what you see. There seems to just be a large 30-foot high wall that extends as far east as you can possibly see, and then a few hundred feet to the west before you're just staring out at basically a view of the astral plane. There is literally just like a 50-foot it's like, so to the north of this like map here, it's just like a stone floor, and then another 50 feet to the north is the wall, and you're just looking at like this large corridor basically of empty space, and looking out to the astral plane to the west is breathtaking. And to the east it eventually sort of curves around to the north before also you're just looking at the astral plane. You see like these tiny little bat-sized creatures flying in the distance, which you presume are red dragons, as well as ships sailing through the air, and these large towers just floating all around Tunarath. Everything has this sort of greenish glow to it.
if you guys don't mind, I would love to take a short rest right now, heal all wounds, and try to see what this cloak does as part of the short rest.
That would be good.
You know, I wouldn't mind taking a little bit of rest myself. Is there like a place in this ship that looks like it'd be a good place to kind of hole up, or?
It's as good as any, maybe a little bit better because you're sort of enclosed. Something would have to maybe spend a little bit of extra time like hopping over this lip here.
I'd say let's take a rest in this boat here, and we'll identify what we have, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
If that sounds okay to everybody.
It sounds okay to me.
You guys are holed up in this area, and everyone make perception checks. You don't get your short rest. You are interrupted. And Olacan, everyone apart from Mathvan, you guys hear something creeping up on you, and then you see the gangly hands of 2 chokers as their heads peer up over the lip of the ship to the south. And they just leap towards you all. This is about 20 minutes into your short rest.
Freaking A.
Yeah, you're right.
Olacan,
These guys are tough. too.
you're up first.
Is it gonna be like difficult to get there in any way?
Going over this lip is 1 square of difficult terrain. Let me put up the grid.
Well,
Grid
I thought it was
mode.
me. I thought I couldn't see it.
This is like a 4-foot high lip. And then there's just like this, the ship is sunken in, like it's just, you can't even see the other side of it from here. This is
Yeah,
like a roof 20 feet overhead where you are. Attacking over this lip would be half cover. But if you're up next to it, you can attack over it.
Like, so that's okay. That's tacking over it though.
Yeah, you can.
Is this on the other side of it?
I'll
then?
say like for ranged attacks, that would have half cover. From melee, you can just get them in melee easily
Okay,
enough.
Stand here, and I will.
It is a miss.
And I'll disengage.
Math fan.
Oh wow. Decisions. Did I notice if they were able to speak any language?
No, they just sort of make hissing noises. It might be a language, but it's like a deep reverberation and then these shrill hisses. They make like this noise basically. Like an animal makes noises. But it might be a language.
So I'm not gonna take the risk then. I am going to disengage and stand over here. And that's my turn.
Rin.
All right. I guess I'll bite the bullet. I'll run up and stab with the dagger. I
Miss.
don't. And then try to slap it.
Miss.
Man, rolling bad is not good. Yeah, that's it.
Alright, this thing just like climbs effortlessly up, and then it just like reaches to grab you, Ren, with its tentacle. Misses. And again, with its second attack, it misses. Then it has a burst of energy. It uses its aberrant quickness to get another
I forgot
action.
about that stupid crap.
And it just wraps around you and pushes you up against its chest. You guys hear a couple of bones cracking. It renders you unconscious, and it's going to just keep crushing you, Rin, because it's still got one more attack.
Yeah.
And you fail 2 death saves, and it drags you away 10 feet.
I hope somebody's got some heal spells.
The other choker climbs up and it whips a tentacle out at Olacan. Miss, and again. It grabs you, Olacan. You take 9 points of damage as it wraps its arm around you. Then it uses 10 feet of movement to pull you closer. You are restrained. And then it uses aberrant quickness to just try and quickly crush you very vigorously. It crushes you, rendering you unconscious. And then it squeezes some more, but doesn't do any damage. And then it just starts dragging you into the junk yard as well. They got their dinner. Colin, And you guys are having an awful time in the astral plane so far. So
Yeah, it's pretty
No,
terrible.
No doubt about that.
Alright, that'll be 20 feet where you are to get there, Colin.
Oh, that's fine. I've got 30.
That's a miss.
There we go.
Okay, and that's about all I can do right now.
Ola can make me a death save. That's a success. Math fan.
Alright, so Ren, you had 2 death save, right? That fails.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna step over here and I'm gonna cast Healing Word as a bonus action on Ren for 5. 1 spell left, and I'm gonna try to hit the one holding Ren with Sacred Flame. Actually, I can use the crossbow, right? But you said it has half covered.
Yeah, I'll say for a range
No
attack, it'll have cover there, half cover.
Okay,
It would be a hard shot to make.
Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna use Sacred Flame, which
Yeah.
doesn't have any penalties.
In fact,
That's pathetic.
Sacred Flame is actually one of the only spells that completely ignores even total cover. Alright, this choker looks up, hisses, and it gets scorched for 1 radiant damage.
It's so bad.
Alright, Rin, as you awaken, you just see this choker dragging you like into the mess pile. It's still, you can still feel the sharp barbs penetrating your skin.
Yeah. I don't know if I can do enough damage to kill it. I'm gonna try to stab it with the dagger.
Didn't we potions of healing somewhere?
You struggle to hit it, Rin. 13 misses. And you can't even get an elbow free to hit it.
I'm rolling my shit right now. Maybe I should throw darts at it.
Close range. Close range dart.
I mean, I'd already be at disadvantage anyway.
Seeing you come back into consciousness, realizes it hasn't quite finished the job, so it tries to strangle you into unconsciousness. You manage to shift around until it cuts off your circulation, and you're rendered unconscious again. It just like drags you like up the wall and into the mess pile.
Damn it.
The other choker has Olacan, and it's actually going to let go of him because it's got its eyes set on you now, Colin. And it reaches out to grab you, and it grabs you instead. Grabs you by the neck, renders you unconscious. You're restrained, and then it just squeezes. Doesn't do any more damage though, and it just starts dragging you away. It like gets like
How many points? Oh, yeah.
up like on top of the, almost on top of the wall. Actually, I'll just leave it back here.
That action surge thing they get to do is killer.
At least you guys didn't get
Man.
surprised.
Yeah.
Alright, Colin, make a death saving throw.
Wait, you're dead?
I'm unconscious.
So it does the
Success.
damage and the grapple at the same time?
Sure does.
It does 3 things at one time.
And Olacan, you're gonna need to make a death save. That's a failure. Math fan.
Jesus, man. All he can save them. I'm gonna do Cure Wounds as my last spell on Olokin. 9. And then I'm gonna go back.
It's a death save, Rin.
Oh, we should have just went to section 3. Should have just went to section 3.
That's a failure.
But we found some really cool stuff.
Alright, the choker just puts you down there, Rin. And it's hungry. It wants to stockpile its dinner. It jumps down. And it swings at Olacan once and misses. And then it grabs him for 6 damage and uses some of its movement to just drag you closer. This choker as well. Just puts Colin there.
I forgot to do my Thunderous Rebuke when he hit me.
It moves up to here, dashing. As I have to climb down, and it looks like it's gonna grab you next, Math Fan.
It would have been.
That's a death save for you, Colin.
Damn it.
This is brutal.
That is a failure.
1 and 1.
Olacan.
Well,
Damn it.
so just stack.
It's a miss. Math Fan.
Was this a dead end, like over here? Like to the north? Is
No,
that a dead end?
That's where section 3 is.
Oh, so if I go north, I can escape?
If you're going to abandon your party, that's what you want to do, then sure.
I can't kill these things by myself. I don't do any damage. I don't have any more spells. Jesus, man. Decisions. Yeah, guys. I mean, the odds are not in our favor. Disengage and go north. Sorry.
Alright, you abandon the party and run away.
Seriously?
If I
No, I mean.
what can I do?
I mean, I think the last thing you should do is abandon your party members. Because that is not a very nice thing to do. Because,
I mean, you got a lot better AC right now.
you guys are supposed to be a team, so if you want to
Okay, no, if
abandon
that's
the
how we
party,
play,
that's
how we play,
yeah.
I mean,
You shouldn't leave your party members to die. You should at least make an effort to try and save them. Olacan's still alive. Well, everyone's still alive. But you can definitely assure that they're all going to die if you leave them. At least you can try and do something.
Or,
Try and goad them and
okay.
dodge, or try and break the grapple, or get Olacan free, or something.
yeah, I'm gonna step over here and take the dodge action.
Okay.
And this is gonna go back. But anyways.
Rin, make a death save.
Ah,
For
so
success. Alright, this choker just sort of flicks a tentacle at you, Math Fan. That's a miss. And then it sort of drags Olacan back using 20 feet of its movement to like do that. And then it just whips a tentacle at you again, Math Fan. And it misses. And then it moves back a bit, just dragging Olacan away, sort of defending itself as it does. Meanwhile, this choke is behind you, and it attacks you, Math Fan. A 12 misses, and it tries to grab you again, and a 14 misses.
Go, Math Man.
Colin, make a death save.
Go, Math Man.
I'm on 20.
That is a failure. Olacan.
There's not another one beside it. Right there.
There's only 2.
Ah, sorry. For some reason I thought there was 3. Okay.
Thank God there wasn't 3.
A 14 misses.
14 misses. Jesus.
I mean, if we go, we go. I mean, it's
Math
kind of
fan.
happened already this session.
Dodge action again. I'm
Alright.
gonna step over here. And I should still be in range because I remember last time that they hit me from very far away.
Yeah.
So, dodge action.
Okay.
It's 1 hit and I'm done. I'm done after 1 hit.
Rin, make a death save.
I'm dead.
The second time this session that you died.
Freaking it ridiculous.
Don't
Wait,
feel
you
bad.
died?
I'm not to die too.
So you die and you got resurrected?
Yeah, we TPK'd, my dude.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes, we did.
Shit.
Alright, this choker is just going to whip a tentacle at you again, Math Fan. And
That's it?
it grabs you. You fall unconscious, and you're restrained. And then it just like pulls you closer, and then it's just gonna try and strangle Olacan and miss. The other choker, it sort of hisses and it moves up, and then it attacks Olacan, and you're unconscious as well, Olacan.
The astral plane is brutal.
Yeah.
Absolutely brutal.
It's not that I wanted to leave you guys, it's just that I saw this coming. This is not much that we can do.
Nope.
Okay, let's see what happens here.
This place is insane.
That is the second time you guys have TPK'd this session.
Whoa,
Yeah.
first time we just had a drink. We were at a barbecue. We had some bad brisket. We woke up after that. having
Yeah,
this
and I don't think we made... Actually, it was not a mistake. We played fine. It's just that the rolls were not in our favor. And we were already very damaged.
You guys got unlucky. It is dangerous to rest here, and you got unlucky. There was a small chance of encountering something on that rest, and it seemed to have happened.
New characters?
You guys are still very lucky, because you should all take a short rest now. Including... Oh no, wait. Rin, you come back to life on 1 hit point, and you have a -4 on your attack roll, saving throws, and ability checks.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Jesus.
And you guys hear like a lot of white noise around you. It just sounds like this strange, just persistent noise. You're not sure what it is, and it's just present all around you as you sort of come to. It sounds like chatter and screaming and cheering, like a lot of commotion. And when you wake up, Rin, first of all, you sort of just come you come in and out of consciousness. You just see like a flash of a Githyanki hovering over you, and then you sort of turn your head to the side and you see like another flash of just like one of these aberrants just slaughtered, its head chopped off and its arms sliced away. And then you just see like these two Githyanki hovering over you and like drag you away. And then everything just goes, and then like as you become conscious, you just see like the Githyanki just crack you in the face with a punch and just like knock you out. And then like you're hearing all this white noise around you, and you guys sort of awaken to find yourselves on a stage. It looks like a theater almost. There are rows of wooden seats, and you just see like sitting on the seats Githyanki of all sorts, and there is no one else on the stage but you three. And you find these like chains around your necks, and there is just like you sort of look down, like you guys are well, Colin and Mathan, you guys should be should take a short rest. So you should if you want to be conscious, use hit dice, or if you don't want to be conscious, don't use hit dice. Up to you guys.
I want to be conscious. To see my doom. Of course, I only roll a 3. Oh man, this is so bad.
You find yourselves in on this stage, basically with this chain around your neck, and there is a wooden sign attached to the chain, and you sort of can glimpse down at it, and you see a strange like symbol. It looks like I would describe it to you guys like a hieroglyphic, basically. And yeah, you just see like 50 or so Githyanki sitting on these wooden seats, just like putting up their hand, and you hear like in Gith this voice coming from a large construct. And you can understand Githyanki, right, Mathan?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Alright, you just hear it. Subject A7. Do I have 500 credits? 500 credits? Oh, do I have 600 credits? Anyone 700 credits? It's a fine species, Elven, I believe. Do I hear 800? And you guys then come to the realization that you are being sold in an auction house, like objects.
Oh man.
You're bound. Each of you have these strange iron bands that wrap you up almost like a straitjacket. Rows and rows of riveted iron. You don't cross off any of your gear, but you don't have any of your gear on you. You still have your armor on, and you feel like it's a short time later, and there is standing on the stage is another Githyanki, and you recognize him, Rin. This guy here, you recognize him from one of the ones that you sort of saw when you woke up briefly. And he's rubbing his hands together, and you guys seeming to be sold off to these Githyanki.
Is Olakan not on the stage with us?
Oh yeah, where is Olakan? I forgot to put him on.
He snuck away.
Alright, I'll just put you guys together. And And then, like, yeah, the bids are raising. None of you guys understand this except for Math Fan. And then you just hear a voice call out from, like, all of these bodies. 5,000 for all of them! And as you try to look towards the back of the stage to see who has offered this amazing sum, you realize it's Vendellen.
That dude.
Sold for 5,000 credits!
Oh, he's gonna hate us.
Oh my god, he's gonna take out $5,000. 5,000 worth of will pass.
I
And,
think he just bought us so he can kill us himself.
and then he just like Misty steps up onto the stage and then nods at this other Githyanki, who then just like clicks his fingers, and suddenly these iron bands that surround you, they just retract into these little balls that just bounce on the ground in front of you. And this Githyanki warrior comes up and collects the 4 balls, and he sort of smiles. Next time you rob me, I'll be taking more than just your bodies. And you realize he's wearing the jeweled half-plate mail that you guys had just found.
Okay.
So
Does
I
he
don't
have
have
the
it
cloak
anymore.
on too?
Yep, he's also wearing that cloak.
Okay.
And then he just Misty steps off the stage.
So
And
I take off the half mil
yeah,
from my inventory, right?
yeah, that you're just wearing your clothes underneath Math Van.
The
And
scale
then-
mail then.
Yep. And then like your items, like they don't seem to really have much value to the Githyanki. So like you're just like, you've still got all your gear. There's just like a big pile of all your shit just near you guys. Get dressed. Looks like you owe me quite a sum of money.
Do we still have his 500 credits?
Yeah. Still have the credit stone.
So 75 credits. Oh, we also had credits from the bag. He took that away?
The only stuff that was taken from you is the cloak, the armor, and the wand.
Right, so we should have...
Oh, he took the wand too. Okay.
Oh no, sorry, not the wand. No. Sorry, just the stuff that you found in the ship. It was just the armor and the...
It's the armor and the cloak.
Yeah, and the 500... No, sorry. The other credit, the 300 credit tokens. They're gone.
He took that away too.
Yeah,
Right.
he took his credit tokens back, and he took his armor back, and he took his cloak back. And
I don't know.
Vendellen just sort of shakes his head. Up, all of you. I'm really starting to outlive your usefulness. And
Thank you for once.
you guys are just taken away, and then like you see this like old lady just sort of dragged onto the stage. And our next subject, we have a human woman. The bidding starts at 10 credits. And just hear people booing. Boo! And you guys are just led outside of this auction house by Mr. Vendellen. And you're now out the front of the auction house in section 3.
Oh, we're in section. We finally made it.
And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Man, if we had just not rested, we just went.
Has anyone ever had a session where you had a TPK twice?
I've never had a double TPK before
Oh
like
my
that.
god! And
Well,
you-
congratulations, Seb.
Yeah, congratulations because you like
Thank you.
24/7.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'm very proud of that. It's unfortunate. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
at least you guys are still alive. You don't need to make new characters. You lost
Can we?
the
can we
cloak
rep-
and the half plate. But yeah, I think you guys can level up now, and take a long rest.
Wow.
The transition between Vandalen acquiring you guys again, and it takes time, and you guys have time for a long rest. So take a long rest, level up to level 3. You're out the front of the auction house now, and I'm kind of glad that you guys got auctioned off, because it's the first time in the last time we were on this campaign, no one ever got auctioned, so sweet.
Nobody's ever come to TPK.
If we get to take the long rest, would I go from the -4 to the -3?
Yeah, that is another penalty. Unfortunately, you got raised.
Yeah.
There. No,
So
that is
what's the penalty again? Is that for everybody?
no. It's
Just me.
him. The other Githyanki got to you guys in time to basically save you from dying and kill the
So the
aberrants, and then made us a stack of credits from auctioning you guys. So thank you guys very much. Let's hope we have a full party next week. And
Yeah, a full party would probably help. Oh man.
you guys still get XP for that encounter, so take another 100 XP each. Because you did. There's not much you could have done. Well, apart from not resting there.
Yeah.
You guys tried the best that you could, and you are now in section 3.
Cool.
Okay, everyone, enjoy the rest of your weekends. Thank you all very much. I shall see you next week. Take
Later,
care,
guys.
guys.
See ya.
Later.